Okay, so you have set up your business properly, you have built business credit. How are you going to finance your fleet? Let's talk about it. So let's talk about the most common way I see it done. The most common way I see it done is through business credit using your EIN and without your social security number. So just business credit. Business is liable for the loan. So this is mostly done through lenders like Ally. So a lot of people financing through Ally, which is there is nothing wrong with it. But you just have to be careful with the contract you have with Ally. A lot of this is the way a lot of people get started again. But I wouldn't suggest financing your complete fleet through Ally because of your terms and conditions within a contract. You'll know exactly why I'm saying what I'm saying with financing your fleet. But again, it's the easiest way to finance your fleet, and this is the majority of way I see people financing. Okay, the second way I see people financing their fleet is really what I would like to say is the proper way to finance your fleet, which is with lines of credits and loans. The only thing with this is that usually business lines of credits and business loans require your PG. So a lot of people are not up and up with a personal credit, which is preventing them from getting the financing they need because they take a look at your business credit and they also take a look at your personal credit to determine if you're going to be, approved for that particular loan. So I think that personal credit hinders a lot of people, but I think this is the most popular way. The most correct way, I should say, to finance your fleet. With certain lines of credits, they have terms that works great for rental car companies because they know about the depreciation. They know you have a rental car company. You're buying fleets for a rental car company. You had to start over. Yeah, I told y'all about editing. So until I get my editing skills up, I just like I was saying, with the lines of credit that they designate for rental car companies, they have a way to build in with depreciation. So you're paying off your loan much faster than the 5 or 6 years you have with a traditional loan. So you're paying it off maybe 2.5, 3 years, which is helping you out with depreciation. So you can imagine that your monthly payments are higher than a typical car note. So some people may pay like $500 for a car, $500 or $600 for a car, around $30,000 or something like that, depending on interest rates and things like that. But you're going to be paying maybe like $1,000 for your car note because remember you're paying mostly principal instead of mostly interest. So it's a reverse of roles. You're still paying interest, but you're paying mostly principal paid down when you have those types of line of credit that's designated for an auto loan company. Now with loans, it just depends on your terms and your interest and things like that you have with your lender. Some people give you up to $100,000 and expand it over, years. So it just depends on the lender that you choose and want to work with, which I do recommend a few lenders in my program, but they have different terms and different options. But that is the way I mostly suggest that you want to purchase your fleet with is with a line of credit or a loan that's designated for a rental car company because they are aware that you're renting out the cars. They know how to build in your depreciation, things like that, because they know that the car depreciates faster than a typical car. So like I was saying, I prefer lines of credits and loans over somebody like financing my fleet through Ally because remember, you're financing your fleet through Ally. A lot of times, people who do content on rental car companies tell you to go buy your fleet within a certain period of time before it pops up on your credit, or you have to build different businesses and keep flipping those businesses to build your fleet on. So you do one business and you do the whole credit run on that business, and then you have to do another business, do a whole credit run on that. So you have maybe 10 different cars at some point, but every car is under a different business name. Every third car is under a different business name. That's an option, but it's not an option I recommend within my program. It's better ways to do it besides just, flipping businesses to get cars. Like I said, loans and lines of credit it's one of the best ways to me. And then third option I want to talk about is cash. Some people use cash. They cash to go to auctions to buy cars. You know, if you have someone who's in a dealership, if you're in a dealership, or have a dealer who can take you to the auction, of course you may have to pay his dealer fees, but you can buy a car, you know, for a much cheaper rate than you can directly from the dealership. But it requires cash, like I said, and it requires a good amount of cash, because remember, when you're renting cars, you still have a criteria you have to meet for most insurance companies. For most fleet insurance companies, they don't want a car that's older than maybe 10 years old and over 100 and maybe 15,000. Some may go up, but that's usually the guideline for adding cars to your fleet, is they don't want cars that's too old. And I have been to auctions before, and to get a car that fits that particular criteria, you know, not more than 10 years old, no more than 100 and some thousand miles, maybe 115, like I said before, you're gonna have to spend about good 15 to 20,000, because cars have increased in price. So you remember, you used to be able to get a good car for like 10,000, but even when 10,000, your car was way over 100,000 miles. But now when I go to the auction with one of my dealer friends, I mean, you're looking at least $20,000 for a good car that, you know, that's going to last a little while, and that fits that meets that criteria. So that option is not available for a lot of people, because a lot of people just don't have $20,000 laying around in their account to purchase to purchase a car. But if you do, you know, that's a great option as well. So let me know what you guys think, and again, like and subscribe if you want to learn more about the rental car game. If you want to learn more about my lessons, my experiences, if you have questions, leave them in the comments. But let me know what else you would like for me to do a video on. I'd be more than happy to go ahead and do it.